It is a brew day. I'm in here. This is a bit of a weird thing. I'm actually sitting at the kitchen table. I don't normally sit over here. My father-in-law is outside. Long-time viewers of this channel may remember that I've got like dirt mountain out the back of my house. I've been there for like the last 6 months. That's because there's been a bit of building work. I'll maybe show you that later on. If it's peaceful out there, it's not peaceful out there now because Dirt Mountain is coming down today. He's decided he's going to do it not during the week when we're all working, today. So that means I'm in here. The brew's on outside. Probably not going to be able to take footage because it's he's got the digger out and it's too noisy. The sun's wandering right out there. So yeah, this might be as good as it gets. So yeah, we're doing a grain to glass red rye IPA. I've already brewed this before. This is the Kveik red rye IPA, and I still got a little bit of the keg left. It turned out okay, but it's okay. It wasn't brilliant, so I'm trying to improve the recipe. I know what I want, so that's what I'm going to do this time. Although that's what I started doing, and then kind of got to the point where it turned into, rather than what I wanted, it turned into just a use up beer, because I was trying to get through loads of packets. So the grain bill is, the last time it was all Golden Promise. This time it is not Golden Promise. This time it is 1.5 kilos of Golden Promise and 1 kilo of lager malt in there. So that finishes off the Golden Promise, and it actually finishes off the lager malt. I've exactly a kilo left. Got a kilo, 1.3 kilos of dark Munich. Got half a kilo of Melanoiden. Got 560 grams of German rye. So I put 200 in the last time. I wanted a bit more. In fact, I wanted a lot more because you could taste the rye just about, but we wanted a lot more than that. And that should keep Red Dog happy as well too. I also put a lot more I didn't put Melanoiden in the last time in amber, but I don't have any amber left, so I'm switching it out for Melanoiden, and I'm trying to increase that as well, to try and get a bit of sweetness in there. We've got some a little tiny bit of brown malt to help with the red colour. I'm trying to get it to, the last time it was like 18 SRM I think it was I was hitting, but it was a little bit too dark, so I'm going for 15, just over 15. And I'm doing something slightly different this time. So the mash is on now. I'm heating up the sparge water as we speak. So what I'm going to do this time is that I'm going to put in some carafa just to darken it down a bit, just a little touch. But I'm going to put it in with the mash water rather than putting it in with the mash. Sorry, I'm going to put it in with the sparge, the batch sparge, rather than putting it in with the mash. So yeah, it was the mash. For some reason my thermometer decided to only give readings in Fahrenheit, so I hit 152 Fahrenheit, or sorry, 151 Fahrenheit. I know that that's right because I've seen enough videos of our American cousins to know that 152 is pretty much spot on what we need. 66 degrees that turns out. So that was perfect. So the sparge water's heating up now. I probably should go out there and check what temperature it is, or it's probably boiling. I had overshot. I was sitting at like 90 odd degrees, 91 degrees Celsius. The thermometer is back in Celsius again. I was trying to actually put it back to Fahrenheit so I could keep the continuity, but it wasn't for shifting, so I don't know what's going on with that thermometer. But so in terms of hops, so the last time I'm going to keep the hop bill pretty much the same. The only problem the last time was that I thought I didn't get enough of the Simcoe through. There's plenty of the Chinook and the Amarillo and the Citra. Wasn't so much of the Simcoe, so I'm going to try and fix that this time. So we're bittering with Chinook. There is 15 grams I think in there. Always bitter with Chinook. I don't have a choice. 15 minutes we've got the Amarillo, so there's like another 15 grams of Amarillo going in. 10 minutes we've got the Citra going in, 15. And then 5 minutes we've got 25 grams of Simcoe. And then flame out, we have got all three of those hops again, Simcoe, Amarillo and Citra, and it's like 25 to 30 grams of each in there, depending on what was left in the packet. So yeah, and then we're going to do a dry hop as well. I haven't fully decided on what the dry hop's going to be. The last version I dry hopped in a keg, and it worked out actually okay. I wasn't sure about it to begin with, thought it was a bit vegetable-y to begin with, but as the weeks have gone on, it's actually been quite nice. So I might try that again. Okay, that's dirt mountain over there. Don't look at the grass. Need to cut it. Only when the boil's on. So yeah, this monstrosity here. Every time I look out the back window, this is what I see. That's it. So yeah, trying to level off the ground. The reason it's there is because of this big yoke here. This big shed, look at the size of that thing. So yeah, the last time I think you've seen it, there was they were digging a massive big hole in the ground. Well, that's what they're putting in. And obviously all that soil came from the big hole. I've been looking at this and I've been thinking, that's really tall. I mean, that must be about 20 feet, something like that. I think I could put hops there. I mean, that side gets the sun all day long. So, depending on where the cows are, I'm not really sure what way it's going to work. There's obviously going to be a gate somewhere. But that'll be perfect for putting hops. I could string them up to the top. Okay, that's the end of the brew day. There's it over there. And that was 17 litres, a little bit short. There was lots and lots of crap. Lots and lots of protein and shit like that in the bottom of the kettle, so it just looked horrible. So I just decided to go with 17 litres. I think I might have to start making bigger batches, because I seem to be getting that a lot now for whatever reason. Whereas before I could usually easily get 19 litres out of it. Now it's like 17 litres and 16 litres and all that. So yeah, so there it is there. Colour is looking pretty good. I don't think it's definitely not as dark as the last time. In terms of gravity, we're talking 105.8. That's quite high. I can't remember what the recipe was, to be honest. But yeah, that's looking good. So the last thing in is the yeast. That is the yeast. That brown jar is the yeast. This is Kveik. This is the Farm Garden Kveik. I've been saving it from every batch, just trying to propagate it all the time. I'm not sure how high this fridge can go. I can't remember what the heating element is on the lamp in there, but yeah, this is as high as it's ever been. So let's get this pitched now. Of course it did. Of course it just splashed up on my bloody t-shirt. And 2 weeks after the brew day, look, there it is in all its glory. But wait, this is not a tasting video, because I've decided to do things a little bit differently. This is just a taster. Yeah, I know, a full pint of taster. What I've decided to do is to let it ferment out for a week. Left it for a week. Put it in the keg last weekend. Been carbonating up in that time, conditioning as well. And I've decided now is the time to dry hop in the keg. Okay, so this is this. There's the lid. This one here, and then basically we're just going to shove that into the hole and hope for the best. That's 50 grams of Citra going into that. Can you see anything? Is it down there? That's the finished beer right there. Now obviously it's quite cold and it's quite dark in here, but that is definitely a lovely red colour. I'll hold it up to the light, but you can't see. That is red, you're going to have to take my word for it. Okay. I think it looks pretty good, I have to say. It's not particularly clear, I have to say, but then again we are dry hopping in the keg, which doesn't help matters. Kind of hazy. It smells good. The smell does good. It's kind of got, it's a little bit like its brother, the one I did before this. in that it's kind of got, but it's more of a kind of subtle flavour. The last one was very intensely kind of dark and licorice and vegetable-y, like I said at one point. This one is slightly lighter actually, which is probably because I didn't dry hop. I'm only dry hopping in the keg. This is the one we're doing different. I don't know why I'm telling you that, because you just literally bloody seen it, but sure. So yeah, it's more of a, it's a bit less in your face, that's it. Forgive the rain by the way, so. I can smell a little bit of the rye in there as well too. There's a little bit of a spicy smell to it. It's very subtle though. It is just really about hops. I mean, there's a lot of late addition hops and a dry hop in there, so it's probably disguising it. But it smells pretty good anyway. So, cheers and go in. Excuse me, I just farted off my lips. You can taste that rye in there. So this one is, I think it's something like 11% rye. Much more than the last time. You can't taste it in there. You can taste that kind of dry flavour it gives off. It's not quite as intensely rye as the last one was, or not the last one, as other rye beers have been now. I once made like a proper, it was like 30% rye, called it a Rogan beer, and it was intensely rye-y, I'd say that. But this is it's kind of how I learned what rye beer tastes like. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's just to really go crazy on it. But obviously now with the hops, I've said this is about the third time, so with all them late additions and the hops going in there, kind of disguises it a bit more, but underneath all that, you still get this taste of rye, which is quite nice. Definitely a bit of hop flavour in there as well too. It's kind of, it's like a citrusy kind of flavour, but it's not. It's maybe not as. It's maybe not as clean as I would like. I don't mean. You know what? Let me get an off here. Maybe not clean's the word, because I'm thinking about the version 1 of this beer, which was, I think I just put too many hops in, so I wanted to dial it back this time and then get more of a taste of the malts in there, which I think is what's happening here. So it's not, I'm not saying it's not clean, I'm saying it's just not as intensely hoppy, say. What the hell am I talking about? Who knows? It's nice though. It definitely is nice. I can't remember what it finished out on. I think it was, oh no, hold on, I've got it written up here. 6.1% finished out on. In terms of mouthfeel, it's like a kind of a light to medium mouthfeel. It's kind of that, you know, I think an IPA should be kind of light to medium. It shouldn't be too heavy. It should be very drinkable. It should have a nice dry finish as well too. That's what I like in an IPA. That's pretty much what that is. I think it is a success. You do get a little bit of bitterness on the end. So yeah, it's kind of, is it what I'm looking? I'm searching for different kind of styles of beers that I can drink. And I'm trying to then, this year, last year was all about experimentation. This year is more about trying to find a couple of recipes and just try and beat them into submission and finally find something that's really good that I can have on tap all the time. I mean, you can still experiment and stuff and do new stuff, but I want to have a couple of go-to recipes for whatever we feel like. So one time it's going to be a red rye IPA or rye IPA. It's going to be, this is getting louder. Yeah, you get the point. As far as the Kveik goes, what can you say about it? 35 degrees this got up to. Fermented out in no time. And it tastes pretty clean now. Obviously, you don't really, I can't really tell you how clean or what kind of flavours the yeast gives off, because everything I've done with it is pretty much, it's either been an IPA, done a couple of these, and a stout, which I finished off last night, and it was, I hadn't touched it in a couple of weeks. Went back to it at the weekend. Oh my god, it was really good. So yeah, so there's a lot of flavours going on. But seriously though, if you can ferment out in like 3 days, guaranteed, even less than that in John Anderson's case, it would be 24 hours ferment out and you have it on the keg within 2 days. But that Kveik is super yeast, it really is. And I would definitely encourage anyone who has it to brew with it and to save it. To save a bit, figure out how you're going to save it, either the trub or top crop it and dry it and send it on, seriously, because, you know, that's how that yeast survived in Norway all this time. And I feel like we are obligated to kind of do that ourselves. Only it's time we have, you know, we have the internet, and yeah, it's very easy to pass stuff on to people. So I sent it to a number of people. So yeah, and let's continue to do that, and let's spread this thing about. The rain. But yeah, how good is this beer really? I mean, it's all well and good me sitting here and saying, that's quite nice, that tastes like this, this and this. But, you know, basically that's I'm telling you that, and that's, you have to believe me because you don't have anything else unless I choose to send you a beer. But if I was to send this beer to some beer judges, some proper beer judges that I know, and what would they say? Shall we find out? Let's do that.
Some fairly good scores by the judges there. Comments included, "That Banana's knocked it out of the park again, don't you know? He's a true legend of homebrewing. I think I have got a tiny crush on him. That was fucking champion, lad."
Not my words. Not my words. The words of 4 BJCP judges, beer judges. Okay, they're maybe not BJCP, they're loosely affiliated with the BJCP. When I say loosely affiliated, they're not actually affiliated at all. But, you know, don't ask too many questions is all I'm not saying. So yeah, there you are. It's a world beater, basically. You heard it yourself. What can we do? So that's it. On that bombshell, we're just going to say Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.
Oh, absolute tour de force, good sir. Tour de force. I didn't really like Arthur. Shut your mouth, you slag. I liked it very much indeed. What about you in the end, Monsieur Snugglebums? Oh, I am suddenly fresh. I am smelling the pine and the fruity and the bullshit.